Alchemy bringing you all the action here in Swerve Combat. We thank you for staying with us tonight. It's been an exciting fight card here. Mill City Mayhem 2, brought to you by CES Boxing. Here's the tail of the tape. Angel Luna making his way to the ring tonight as he takes on King Kevin Walsh. Luna making his 37th appearance as a pro at 35 years of age. Very tough customer, has had a very up and down career. If you look at his background, it's really the tale of almost multiple careers, Mariano, where he had a great streak early in his career. He fought some elite fighters in his weight class. Now has been much more of a well-traveled journeyman type fighter, but still somebody you just can't sleep on because you never know when he can dial it back and turn back the clock at any time.
And with these Dominican fighters, it's always they always give you a tough out. They're very slick, very crafty, very savvy, and I think that's what we're going to see tonight.
And his opponent, Kevin Walsh.
And here comes the King, Kevin Walsh, two-time champion of the WBC US Silver Belts. He owns the featherweight and the super featherweight title. 17-0 from Brockton, Massachusetts. We have talked about this amazing story so many times. Walsh, 32 years of age, got a late start in his career. Troubled as a youth, got in some trouble, came out, found boxing as the safe space, if you will, and something that turned his entire life around. Trained under the Capiello brothers in Brockton, and every time he fights, sometimes you think he may be biting off more than he can chew, but every time he succeeds, whether it's against Irvin Gonzalez, who was an Olympic qualifier, whether it's against Ricky Del Santos, who was his equal, his peer as a New England fighter, or Tremaine Williams, the veteran who he took 10 rounds and won a split decision with at Foxwoods in May in his last fight. Kevin Walsh has passed every test, Mariano, and passed him with flying colors.
And those are three very different styles, and as you mentioned, he always rises to the occasion. I've been told that he's one of the hardest workers in the gym. It really does show, and it's starting to resonate with all these fans. You can hear it. They do come to support Kevin Walsh. Brockton's finest at the moment.
Absolutely. Let's set it up to our ring announcer, Pat Sullivan, with the official introduction.
This fight is scheduled for 8 rounds in the featherweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 128 pounds. His record, 19 wins, 16 losses, with 11 wins by way of knockout. Hailing from Bronx, New York, Angel El Gato Luna. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 122 pounds. His record, perfect, 17 wins, no losses, with 9 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is a 2-division WBC US Silver Champion and the US New England Champion. Hailing from the City of Champions, Brockton, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen, King Kevin Walsh!
Referee Johnny Callis with the last-minute instructions. This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the featherweight division. It's only the second time that Walsh has actually fought at featherweight. He went down to 26 to fight Ricky Del Santos for the U.S. silver title, and then moved back up to 130 to take on Tremaine Williams for the super featherweight belt, and now back down to 127 on the scales yesterday as he lands a quick left right out the gate against Angel Luna, and Walsh has got him in trouble. And down goes Luna from a big left hand by Walsh. Walsh almost giving him an extra second, not getting to his neutral corner. Man, he came out with a flurry, Mariano.
You know, Mike, I think Kevin is here to make a statement. He had a very competitive fight against Tremaine Williams in his last time out. He knows that a lot of people said that he maybe didn't win that fight. He's here to make a statement against Angel Luna.
And I was about to say, you can't sleep on Angel Luna. He's won 3 of his last 5. He's a dangerous veteran fighter. This could be a trap fight in some cases, but he comes right out of the gate, flattens Luna with the left hand, and is now in complete control of the fight and has all the momentum on his side. And doing what he does best is just put on a show.
And one thing about Kevin is he's got some deceptive power. I feel like he doesn't get a lot of respect sometimes around with other fighters in New England, but that hate is turning into respect fight by fight.
He has had some rivals in the past, and some who he has actually never fought. But every time he goes in there, he answers the bell as Luna goes down a second time from a body shot.
And Mike, I think this is over.
He is wobbly as he gets up, and that's going to do it. King Kevin Walsh makes his statement here in Lowell, Massachusetts. Absolute sensational finish for Kevin Walsh. Wasted no time taking out the veteran. Here's a look at the replay of how this one ended. It was a body shot, then a double hook. Second one landed upstairs. Luna just had absolutely no answer for Kevin Walsh from the opening bell.
Mike, Kevin Walsh showed that Luna didn't belong in the same ring with him. And it's not something you would see on paper, but he definitely showed it when it came to the actual fight.
As we mentioned, this was Luna's 37th pro fight. This is a fighter who started his career 12-0, fought Tevin Farmer, who ended up being a world champion and going the distance with Farmer. Luna is not a guy that gets wiped out that easily, but Walsh came here tonight and just did the job. And again, it just doesn't matter who you put in front of Kevin Walsh. He is just making his way. He is carving his path through New England. And we mentioned he has wanted to take that next step. We talked about where do you go after you dominate New England? You go to the global level. He has called out fighters like Angelo Leo, the IBF featherweight champion. He wants that opportunity, and if he continues at this pace, it's going to come.
You know, Mike, I think Kevin Walsh is one of the most exciting fighters out of New England, period. And he's quickly becoming a fighter to watch. He's been telling me that one of the fighters he wants to challenge is featherweight champion Nick Ball from England.
There's another one.
I think that would be a barn burner.
Well, I tell you, the sky's the limit for Walsh. Here's a fighter who, again, had a late start in his career. At 32, he has more than made up for the lost time. Let's send it up to Pat Sullivan, who has the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Johnny Callis calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute, 20 seconds of round number 1 for your winner by TKO and still undefeated, King Kevin Walsh!
So there it is, another big victory for King Kevin Walsh as he improves to 18-0, knockout number 10. Let's send it back to Pat Sullivan, who has our winner.
All right, Lowell, I'm here with your winner, King Kevin Walsh. Kev, I know it doesn't get old here and it's still undefeated, but I know you work harder than just about anybody in this sport, and I know every time you hear it, it means a lot.
Yeah, man, it feels good. It feels amazing. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that came out to support all the fighters. You guys did good news tonight. Thank you guys for coming out to support us. Shout out to Jimmy Verse here at the CES. You guys put on great shows. Thank you.
Now, Kevin, it doesn't matter where you fight in Massachusetts, you fight in Connecticut, you fight anywhere in this country, and you have the most loyal fan base of any fighter I've seen. I'll give you an opportunity right now to thank them all.
Yeah, man, doesn't matter where it's at, doesn't matter who it is. Get in front of me, you're going down. It doesn't matter who it is. So you trying to sign that contract? November 1st? Let's go, baby, let's go. 126? Let's go, yeah. You want to make it? Yeah, of course. Let's go. So you want to do it? Let's go. All right, let's do it then. Let's go, baby. Let me see that. So y'all here, baby. So y'all. Why do we want to fight you? It don't matter. Let's go. I beat you. I beat you. We beat you, buddy. You lost. You lost, bro. It's over. Go back to the drawing board. It's over, brother. You tried to cheat us. Nah, bro. Why do we want to waste our time with you?
This is Kevin Walsh's moment. A big win tonight, Kevin. Congratulations. Still undefeated. I'm going to let you enjoy this win here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by first round TKO, Kevin Walsh.
Well, Tremaine Williams, who just lost to Kevin Walsh in May at Foxwoods Casino, crashing the after party here in the ring, almost WWE style. Expected to hear entrance music on his way out, but Williams sneaking up, asking for his rematch. And you have manager Rich Capello saying, we don't want to fight you again, we already beat you. So who knows, maybe something brewing down the road. But as it goes with mention that it feels like every time Kevin Walsh gets in there, there's someone who doesn't have the same level of respect. You see Tremaine Williams come in there, wants a rematch, wants another opportunity after getting beat at Foxwoods in what was a very close fight. Who knows? Maybe we see it again down the line. But one thing we do know is Kevin Walsh certainly has no shortage of suitors potentially down the road. Sky's the limit, as we said. He's now 18-0. Another very impressive win tonight.
Without a doubt. And, while Kevin Walsh could give Tremaine Williams a rematch, that was a very competitive fight. He's got bigger fish to go after at this point in his career. The Mighty Midget had his time. I feel like Kevin Walsh is going to start looking at more global ambitions.
I think the torch has been passed in New England, whether it's 126 or 130. Walsh has dominated them all. He did it again here tonight. Main event coming up next. Mike Fontanez headlining against Esnikia Korea. Don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you all the action when we come back on Swerve Combat.